Oh, okay, now we're
Boy.
Council, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Welcome here, everyone. And at this time, I would like to give the opening to Councillor Damian Penner.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. If any of your social media feeds were similar to mine, this last week had my pages all full of discussions about tariffs, trade wars, and international relations. In response to the rhetoric we were hearing regarding the potential for tariffs, many news outlets and individuals began discussing how to support local, which national brands were either Canadian or operated within Canada, and ways to support businesses and companies that are from our great nation. While I am not overjoyed with the reasons why this conversation came to the forefront of Canadians' thoughts and discussions, I do hope that the reflection on how we can support Canadian and local businesses remains in the memories of the consumer for a long time to come. Supporting local has a generational impact on communities, and while it can sometimes come at a higher cost to the consumer at the initial purchase, the long-term savings and investment into the community often balances the scale into a net zero impact, if not a savings in a lifetime. Supporting local has numerous benefits to your community, your fellow neighbor, and the future health of the city for not only yourself, but for your children and family. Generally, local businesses are considered small businesses. Having said that, these small businesses employ over 60% of all workers in Canada. Having a healthy small business community drives commerce, employment, and tax revenue to maintain a healthy city and region. Small businesses are the backbone to our economy and help drive it forward by opening up employment opportunities for individuals looking to work at places other than big box stores. Often in small businesses, you find a more personal work experience with a stronger purpose while working right alongside the owner and those personally invested into the success of the business, and in turn, the individuals that they employ. Every transaction at a local business is not taken for granted, but instead cherished and appreciated. Small businesses also are not just all about themselves. When you see a small business owner, when you see a small business and the owner working inside of the establishment, you know where your funds are going. While a box of cereal bought at one store versus another may be the exact same product, but when you support a local business, you are helping a family that has invested their time, energy, and funds into our local economy, often also purchasing their products locally to support their neighbors and the many individuals they employ. Small businesses also are more likely to help support community events, local charities, and sponsorships to the organizations that matter to you locally. According to Forbes, small businesses donate 250% more than large businesses to local nonprofits, community causes, creating a positive cycle of giving back locally. Local small businesses are also much more likely to offer unique and culturally specific items that you cannot find at big box stores. In order to stand out, small businesses often are more innovative and unique in their offerings. Without a large national marketing strategy, these local shops rely on strong customer service, products that are targeted directly to the local demographics, and new unique offerings that you may not have seen before or even knew existed. Often many small businesses operating in the same or similar industry can thrive in the same community, whereas a community is limited in how many big box stores it can support. A multitude of small businesses, each selecting products based not on national sales plans, but on their own interests and the needs of their local customers, guarantees a much broader range of product choices. The term support local can be a popular catchphrase used by local governments, chambers of commerce, and small business advocates. However, the conversations of how to support local and how important it is on a national scale needs to make this popular catchphrase evolve from a theoretical benefit and something that's nice to say to make yourself feel good, and instead into a daily practice of your spending habits. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Penner. Council, we have the agenda in front of us, looking for a motion to adopt. Councillor Penner, second by Councillor Hebert. Call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Council, we have the minutes of January 21, 2025, regular council meeting. Looking for a motion to approve. Councillor Hebert, second by Councillor Penner. Any comments?
No comment.
Call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Council, is there any business arising from the minutes? Okay, seeing none. It looks like we're just at 7:35, so we'll go directly into the public hearings. We've got 6A, This is the Local Improvement Plan 2025-01 and Bylaw 2555. This is referring to lift station number 1 to Lagoon Forcemain twinning. It starts on page 3 of our package. Council, at this time, I would like to close the council meeting, open the public hearing. Mr. Workney, could you please introduce this file?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a public hearing for the city's 2025 Local Improvement Plan 2025-01, as you mentioned, which is a Forcemain twinning project that will extend from the city's existing lift station on Park Road West approximately 3 kilometers to its wastewater sewage lagoon located west of Steinbach. Total costs of this project are estimated to be $6.595 million, to be financed with a borrowing of a maximum of $2.75 million. That borrowing is planned to be repaid over a 5-year period with a maximum annual interest rate of 7%, resulting in an annual repayment of just under $670,700. The remaining project costs are to be funded by the city's utility reserve fund, utility operating fund, and an expected grant funding from either provincial or federal sources. The equivalent mill rate for the proposed borrowing and repayment will be approximately 0.488 mils, and what that means to the annual or to the average residential taxpayer with a home valued at $250,000 will be a tax impact of just under $55 per year. The notices, as are required under the Municipal Act, have been issued. There is no written correspondence on the file. Recommendation from City Council is subject to any further information that may be provided, that both first reading and second reading to Local Improvement Plan 2025-01 and Local Improvement Bylaw 2255 be provided.
Thank you, Mr. Worthing. Is there anyone here with comments, questions, or objections to this file? I'm seeing none, but I will ask one more time. Is there anyone here with comments, questions, or objections to this file? Okay, seeing none. At this time, I will close the public hearing, open the council meeting. Council, how would you like to proceed? Councillor Penner?
Motion to approve.
Second by Councillor Siemens. Go ahead, Councillor Penner.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At the heart of what a municipal government does is infrastructure, whether it's roads, in this case sewer. These are really the main job of us as city councillors, to make sure we have infrastructure that, you know, lends itself to good quality of life for our residents, but also lends itself to growth. And so this project will increase capacity for our community, which is really important. We've seen other communities not too far from us who've had investment in buildings stalled because of their inability, or their sewer has reached capacity. So this is an important project for the city, and I'm happy to move it.
Thank you. Anything further?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is, as stated, this is an important piece to our community. When we built the initial line approximately 30 years ago, there was a plan to twin it, and that we need to do that now as we've had a lot of housing growth. That means our system is almost at capacity. We need to add to it, as well as it's part of our future plan to expand the lagoon in the next 5-6 years, whenever that time frame is. So this is a piece of that overall as well. And while we are saying it's, the comment I often get is, why are you borrowing at 7% when it's much cheaper? This is the budgeted, that we will hopefully get it underneath 7%, but at this point we aren't anticipating. So we do the maximum amount and we actually borrow the money, and then it'll be a reduced interest rate. So I think this is an important project for our community, and as stated by Councillor Penner, this is what councils do.
Thank you. Is there anything further of council? Anything in closing?
Nothing further.
Well, council, as was said, this is a very important project. It is because as our city grows, we just need more capacity for wastewater, and this is that first step. It was alluded to that further wastewater projects will be happening, and we know we're talking about that, and that will be happening hopefully within the next couple of years, as to increase our capacity there as well. But this is the first step. This is very important. It needs to happen, and yeah, this is what we do. It's not the fancy stuff, but this is what the majority of our work seems to be about: our infrastructure and our roads and everything under our roads. So this is just the next thing we have to take care of. Call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Okay, we'll be, yes, second reading. We'll go directly into second reading. Motion for second reading. Councillor Siemens, second by Councillor Hebert. Any comment?
Nothing further.
Nothing to add.
Nothing of council? Call for the question. All those in favor of second reading? Opposed? That is carried. We'll go into 6B. This is Special Services Plan 2025-1 and Bylaw 2022 or 2257. This is the residential curbside waste collection. It's on page 12. At this time, I will close the council meeting, open the public hearing. Mr. Worthing, could you please introduce this file?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Special Service Plan 2025-01 and Bylaw 2257 represent a proposed rate program for the city's residential curbside waste collection system. This is a bylaw that the city has passed in over many successive years. Typically, it does get proposed on a 3 or a 4-year rate plan, depending on the needs of the city. At this point, the current special service plan is being proposed for rates that will affect 2025, 2026, and 2027, and specifically for all residential properties within the city of Steinbach. Notices, as are required under the Municipal Act, were issued. There is no written correspondence on file. The special service plan is intended to raise sufficient revenues to pay for the costs of the service, and the estimated cost per resident under this bylaw will be set at $162 in 2025, $168 in 2026, and $174 in 2027. The current rate per household in 2024 was set at $155, and from an annual increase perspective, year one would see an increase of 4.5% or $7 per year, year two 3.7% or $6 per year, and year three 3.6% or $6 per year. Recommendation from administration is that council give this bylaw first and second readings.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Worthing. I'd like to open it up. Is there anyone here with comments, questions, or objections to this file? I'm seeing no one, but I will ask one more time. Is there anyone here with comments, questions, or objections to this file? Okay, seeing none, I will close the public hearing, open the council meeting. Council, how would you like to proceed? Councillor Spikestra?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll make the motion for first reading.
Okay, and second by Councillor Hebert. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As was explained, this is a renewal of an existing levy that we have. We charge an annual amount for the curbside waste collection, and every 3 years we need to renew this, and so that's what we're doing. Currently, it's $155 per year, and then for the next 3 years, it will go up by either $6 or $7 per year, which of course reflects that costs have gone up. Nothing is being changed in regards to the service that we're providing. So this is simply adjusting the fees accordingly to make sure we're recovering our costs, and we're just renewing an existing levy that we already have in place.
Thank you. Anything further?
Nothing further, Mr. Mayor.
Anything further of council? Anything in closing? Well, Councillor Spikestra, you said it well. I don't think I have anything to add as well, other than the equipment goes up, cost goes up, wages go up. So cost per service does go up, and this is on a cost recovery basis, so that's why it is actually this cheap. Call for the question. All those in favor of first reading? Opposed? That is carried. We'll go directly into second reading. Looking for motion to Councillor Penner, second by Councillor Siemens. Any comments?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to highlight that this is on a cost recovery basis, and I have to commend our solid waste department because to collect all the garbage from my household for only $162 a year is commendable. So they do a very good job there and are being very diligent with the taxpayers' money.
Anything further? Anything further of council? Anything in closing? Yeah, I agree. I could not drive my garbage to the landfill for this price. So they can gladly come pick it up. Call for the question. All those in favor of second reading? Opposed? That is carried. Okay, council, there's no delegation. We'll move to number 8, reports and recommendations of city manager. This is referring to our event center update. Information to follow. Mr. Workney.
Mr. Mayor and members of council, I do have the information to follow. It is in the form of a PowerPoint, so while you don't have any handouts in your agenda package, it is information I'll present on screen. The city is proceeding into its third calendar year in event center construction. I'm somewhat reluctant to say it that way, but it is a large and very significant project, and it does take an enormous effort to get it completed. The good news is, based on latest information, we do expect to have occupancy of the facility by March of this year, and that is just around the corner. Just to give council a bit of an update as to where things are at, I've got some images of the exterior of the building. Nearly all of the exterior and site works, at least as far as the west parking lot being the main entrance at the corner of Elmdale Street and Reimer Avenue, were completed before winter conditions set in the fall of 2024. The parking lot in this area was completed, the landscaping was completed. However, as you can see, there are still some minor areas of the building exterior, particularly where the new building ties into the existing T.G. Smith rink is concerned. Other than that, there are generally small areas around the exterior of the building that still need to be completed. And that would include the exterior signage for the building, which will be coming up in the next few weeks. Included with the exterior of the building is the exit stairs. There are some fairly significant exit stairs on the Hanover Street side of the building. Those have been in progress for some time. This picture that you're seeing on the screen was taken 2 weeks ago. There has been continued progress being made. And the railings have now are now being started for those exit stairs. On the interior of the building, I'll start with the least exciting spaces first. So that would be the locker rooms and the restrooms. The progress on the locker rooms and change rooms, those are probably the furthest ahead, with most of the fixtures and finishing completed. I've got an image there of a typical locker room. The paint is completed, the benches are completed, and the washroom areas and showers are generally complete within those. The public washroom areas are still in progress. However, there's been significant work with plumbing fixtures being installed in those. The club zone, which includes the suites, are making significant progress. You can see the image on the left. There is a significant degree of the glass barriers and partitions that have been installed. The millwork is also starting to be installed in those areas. The general concourse, including the Pistons gear shop, is mostly complete. There's also been further work on putting together the mounting areas for the score clocks. And general millwork and fixtures continue to be put in as well. As far as the media area of the Arena Bowl, we call it level 300. You'll see some of that painting that has been done on the exterior of that media box area. There is still a fair bit to go for the interior finishing, but primarily made up of final fixtures and millwork. As far as the Arena Bowl, that has also seen significant progress. Probably the most dramatic over the past few weeks is that the actual ice surface lighting has been turned on, and you can see it in the image that's on screen. There continues to be significant work in connecting AV structure or project equipment that's required within the Arena Bowl area, significant millwork and other general fixtures. Based on the schedule, the rink floor cool down process is anticipated to begin next week, Monday, February 10th. It takes about a week to slowly bring the temperature of that arena floor down so that all of the systems and the materials can assimilate to that change in temperature. And once that process is complete, then the making of the ice surface may begin. And right now that is scheduled to begin the week of February 17th. As far as the atrium, the primary stairway leading from the entryway and main level up to the second floor concourse area to gain access into the Arena Bowl is nearly complete. And you also see another image on the right-hand side. It too was taken about a week and a half ago, and generally all of the railings and much of the painting is complete, with the majority of the remaining work required for fixtures and final painting and making connections within the kitchen area. Overall, as of December 31st, total billings, progress billings for the project are just under $61.6 million, of which in the last quarter of 2024 amounted to about $11.8 million in total. Included in that number are total change orders of just over $8.3 million as of December 31st. That, again, is what was generally anticipated when the project began. And finally, just a couple of images of, top left is an image of the facility that was taken in October of 2024. And then the bottom right, that is a screenshot of the exterior of the building that was taken as of this morning. So generally, as I said, we are anticipating gaining occupancy and access to the facility in March, and crews are continuing to work diligently to make sure that we are able to access the building at that time.
Well, thank you, Mr. Worthing. That is quite an impressive show of slides. It's really coming along nicely. It's really a beautiful building. Councillor, are there any comments anyone would like to say? Anything? Well, then I'll just say we can hardly wait to get in there. But thank you very much. We'll move on to a 9, administration, accounts payable, in the back of the book. We've all had a chance to review. Looking for a motion to approve. Councillor Penner, second by Councillor Hebert. Any comments?
No comments.
Call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. We've got 9B. This is lottery licenses on page 19. Just looking for a motion to approve. Councillor Seaman, second by Councillor Swijstra. Any comments?
No comments.
Call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And we've got 9C. This is Councillor Hebert's favorite. excavator licenses. I'm thinking you want to make the motion
I'll make a motion to approve.
to approve, second by Councillor Swaistra. Any comments?
No comments.
Call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Council question period. Is there any questions of council? Okay, seeing none. We'll move on to correspondence petitions. We've got 11A. This is Seine Roseau Watershed District, minutes of December 17th, 2024. Council, would you like to proceed? Take his information. Okay. And then we've got the Seine Roseau Watershed District. This is the 2024-25 newsletter. Council, how would you like to proceed? Take his information at this time as well? Okay. Thank you. There's no other business. Looking for a motion to adjourn. Councillor Hebert, second by Councillor Penner. Call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Next regular council meeting is Tuesday, February 18th.